What up, though? Let's chill with me. Wake y'all asses up. Good morning, battle rap. Good morning, battle rap world. No interviews, no recaps, no predictions. Getting back to the essence of this, man. Um, my brand, my little platform, my little, I hate to use the term following. My support system was based primarily on like really cool think pieces that involved engagement from you guys and like your takes on my takes. Like, yo, Ledge, you tripping? Or, yo, Ledge, that was interesting. That was dope. I haven't thought about that. Nobody has spoken about this. That's kind of where that was, that's kind of what separated me, right? That's what stood out. This is what you guys told me. Kind of lost that a bit, man. We kind of been on this whole cycle of predictions, recaps, interviews, recaps, predictions, just like this whole cycle, right? And nothing to really make you think and be like, is this right? Is this true? Does he have a point? Because you know me, I'm gonna bring details with it. I got something like that today, and we're gonna kick things off with it. Um, if you ever subscribe to me on caffeine, you would see one day I just randomly popped up in the morning time, which I don't do, and I was just not feeling battle rap, bro. Be real with y'all, man. More so on the men's side, but also just as a whole in general. Um, I was like, yo, this ain't it. Why? Because for the men, and I'll just stick to them real quick, just dudes ain't coming outside and there's just not many matchups left. The fate of battle rap for this next 2 years to me until unless we see some breakout superstars, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. So here lies an important part of the story through the timeline of battle rap. We are now putting our eggs in the baskets of 5 people in battle rap, 5 MCs. And it's not all who you think. Some are obvious, but the fate of battle rap relies on these 5 people right now going forward as far as compelling matchups, dope abilities, and on several different platforms, possibly. And I want to call them, being from Michigan, go blue. This wasn't thought about. This wasn't pre-production work here. But I am calling them the Fab Five. And this don't necessarily mean they're the best. I'm not saying they're the best 5. I'm just saying the fate of battle rap relies on them based on their cachet, their resume, and potential matchups that lies in front of them that I know we, as a whole, for the majority, we would care to see. So look to the screen here. You see it. Those are the Fab Five. All right. You got Geechee, Vixen, Easy, Disaster, A Ward. Look like a crazy 5 I just grouped together, but here's why. Geechee Gotti, face of battle rap for this era, hands down. I think we're done debating that. I think that's kind of been a slam dunk for a while now. Think about the possible matchups he got. Think of the cachet his name bring. Also, you look at what he could possibly do outside of URL with his own league, the Riot League, and being a part of GTX recently against Clean Paper. So he has it all to like. He has it all to throw out there. Give me Hitman. If him and Hitman can get it done on RBE, they can get it done on Smack. They can't get it done on Smack. You don't think they got a bag over there at GTX waiting for them too? Huh? You think Geechee won't just take it, the power into his own and be like, yo, me versus you on the Riot, what's up? So that battle can happen on several platforms, and that's a mega matchup, a matchup we will still care about. Currently, he's on the Gnome card about to battle Hollow. another legacy act, another legendary figure. If he ever wanted to battle Mook, that was still a possibility. And as much as people say they don't want to see Mook, people still turn up to see Mook either do amazingly well and shock the world or do terrible and flame out. But his name still sells tickets, right? Now I see, I guess Twerk. I heard some. I guess it was on my timeline about a possible Twerk and Geechee rematch when Twerk comes back or something like that. Like he got matchups that people still care about. Also, a possible matchup down the line versus Easy, who is also on this list. And I look at Easy and I say, man, Geechee might be just the face of battle rap as a whole, but is Easy turning into just the face of URL? Just his matchups on that platform matter so much to them right now. like his matchups matter so much to them right now because, to be quite honest, after him there are just a bunch of guys who are really really nice, really nice. Like Rum Nitty is incredible, Fonz incredible, Real Sick, Kid Chaos, Danny Myers, JC. But superstar, Easy is the last one to break the mold, man. And I see why gun titles. Holla at him. Shout out to Chess too. Chess is another player out here who does work. But yeah, man, I'm looking at what Easy could possibly. Listen, we just talked about it, Easy and Geechee, right? I know he's in gun titles, but I just don't feel like. I feel like that was more of a them trying to safe proof themselves because they see Easy cooking. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like Easy was brought in with the gun titles thing as like, and not saying that they still can't battle even though they all gun titles or whatever. But that was a safe move. That was a safe move, very strategic. But I can still see him battling Surf or Tay Rock down the line. I can still see those matchups happening. Again, when New Jersey Twerk comes back, that could happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's endless possibilities for him. He hasn't battled all of the quote unquote in-game bosses. Like he ain't battled Arsenal, Mook, Lux, Hitman, Verb. Oh, he battled Verb. He ain't battled what's I'm thinking about. He hasn't battled Hollow. So there's a lot on the table for Easy, and especially for them, for URL, being that he's primarily there, they need him. He might be their MVP right now. He might be their most valuable commodity right now. Shout out to the legends there, the Surfs, the Calicos, the Tay Rocks. But there's only so many people that they can battle left. That's compelling to us, right? That's compelling to us. So for that reason alone, Easy is so important to them that he had to be on this list. Vixen, and again, this isn't like necessarily who I think are the best five or the, you know what I'm saying? This is based on need, potential matchups, and star power. Vixen, if you look at where she's ranked amongst the women, she's ranked at the top. But the difference with her is the ones that she's sitting next to, the 40s, the Jazzes, the E Hearts, the Hustles, they've had a lot of their big matchups already. Whether it's 40 and Jazz, Hart and Official and you know what I'm saying? They've all done that dance together. Vixen is the only one to fight, and she's been around. I don't know why people act like she's like brand spanking new, but she's the last one to get her place, to get her seat. Like, yo, sit amongst us. You with us. You a big dog out here. She's the last one to get that seat. But she's also, being that she's the more recent one, she hasn't had the gauntlet yet. She hasn't battled Official yet. She hasn't battled Jazz yet. She hasn't battled 40 yet. We want to see all three of those matchups. I don't think she's battled E Hart yet. We want to see those matchups. So if she just does what she does, she is very, very much needed, and people love her, bro. Like, men fuck with her, the women fuck with her outside of, I seen, the little backlash or whatever. I am not paying that shit no mind. Y'all, people fuck with her. Like, cause like if you ever talk to her, she got a cool ass personality. She's really down to earth. So she got that going for her, and she can perform. Small room. She gave us in small room. She gave us her versus First Lady Flames. Big stage. She gave us her versus Tay Rock. I'm gonna repeat. Small room. She gave us her versus First Lady Flames. Big stage. She gave us her versus Tay Rock. Both really dope battles. So she moved it like, what can you say? Like, what you gonna say to her? She got merch. She's marketable. She can hang with any of the guys. She definitely go toe to toe with the women. She got bars, but then she got performance. Hold on to her. She's a gem. She's clearly needed. Like, we're talking about compelling matchups down the road, yo. So she's there. Disaster. Now, people look like Disaster. He's an acquired taste, bro. I know. Trust me, I know. I know. I get it. He's not everybody's cup of tea. But the potential matchups he gets that are beyond your typical battle rappers is huge. It's huge, man. We try to listen. I was more so disappointed in the build up to it being Crooked Eye. I thought it was gonna be something, and it made it unfair for people who fuck with Crooked Eye, King Crooked, or everything like that. Like, just know we respect you over here. We do, but the build up just deflate. If they would have just announced that, I'm still of a belief it would have been received way more positively, in a way more positive fashion than what it was. Because that announcement got shitted on, right? But sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you gotta swing for the fences. I get that, but on this surface, on this standalone, getting someone like a King Crooked to agree to this is huge. Getting Assassino, it's huge. Obviously, he gonna battle Oxy. He can do that. He can get battles simply no other battle rapper can get. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's his reason for being on the list. The ability, and yes, the I wouldn't call it. I want to be respectful. I wouldn't say small minded or not even casuals, but just the people who just don't care about international battle rap. The masses who might not care about the real culture, not the little shit that y'all say battle rap culture, like the real culture, meaning it can be from everywhere. They don't care about that. But me, I gotta look at that. I gotta factor that in. Like, that's huge. That's huge. Sponsorship, branding, that shit matters. If you want battle rap to have a shelf life, you got to think about those things, and nobody can make those things happen like Disaster, especially over there now with GTX, with him and Lush and what they're doing. Had to be on the list. And lastly, A Ward. It's kind of simple. Probably the most talked about non-contracted free agent. I can do what I want where I want against who. Like, he's him. He's him. One of the most consistent out for the past few years. One of the most dangerous, and he has tons of leverage. Tons of leverage. And you need him because the dream matchups or the battles that people want to see when you talk about current guys, if you remove all of like the legendary guys, a lot of them involve him being in there. If you can have any battler on any league, coming up, who would you want to see? A War versus Twerk, or A War versus, people still want to see an A War versus Geechee trilogy. People want to see that still. People want to see that still. I think his ability to move freely makes him very valuable and important to battle rap moving forward, because just sit back and think, if this year goes how it goes, you got excuse me, you got Geechee versus Hollow. Let's say he ends the year with he does eventually battle Easy this year. Let's say he eventually battled Easy this year. So they both got a check off their list. Easy battled Geechee, Geechee battled Easy. Boom. Easy still has a lot of people to battle. Now you're just hoping for Geechee and Hitman next year, right? If Vixen does get official this year, now you're hoping maybe next year her and Jazz. If A Ward gets anybody, like he could get anybody really, if the right league plays ball and be like, yo, we ain't concerned with contracts. This is who we want to give you. Bang. That's what's going down. And he still got endless possibilities next year. Disaster. He could get, you just don't know who he can get. I didn't think King Crooked was interested in actually battling. But now you never know. Shit. Like, you never know who's next. Lupe Fiasco could be next for all I know. Shit. He watches battle rap. He was trading bars with what was that, Jack Boy a couple years back. You never know. So I think it's very, very likely that these five, my Fab Five, are controlling battle rap. They are the faces that matter as far as big time matchups and endless possibilities. And they all have their own star power. Geechee is Geechee. Vixen has showed she can rock with the men and the women, big and small stages. She's probably the most beloved. She's out of the big stars. She's probably the most beloved. Not the strongest fan base, but just people just really fuck with her, right? So she's always gonna have that. Easy is just a star, a self-made star. Got it from the mud, and he got so many matchups that he can tap into that he hasn't tapped into just yet. And being, like I said, a primary URL guy on the most popular league right now, that matters. Diz, again, the cachet, international, global, the celebrities he can pull, the sponsorships he can get, that matters in battle rap. Sorry, you don't have to like his style, the way he raps, what he says on social media. He is valuable. And A Ward being, to me, the hottest free agent out there, that means he can battle anyone on any league at any given time. And when that announcement happens, and if it happens, and we're around for it, we're going to care, and that's going to get talked about. Hell, it was just talked about him in Midnight Madness if Torque comes back or whoever with a belt on the line, and people were going crazy over that. So these are the Fab Five, man. These are the five that are heavily important for battle rap now and moving forward. Without these five, like if you just literally remove all five of these acts, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's say Geechee focuses on like like industry music and his podcast. Let's say Vixen just takes a year off. Let's say Easy gets more involved with music. With movies. Let's say Diz just goes on this like sabbatical, goes overseas and owns a soccer team or some shit. Let's say A Ward gives this shit up and starts touring with his Christian brethren. Like I know they be on tour doing shit. Like imagine, like what if they all just took a year or two off? Like who are we left with if these five all like decide to leave at the same time? What matchups? What heavyweight matchups are we caring about then? We had to bring the old guards back. Surf versus who? Clips versus who? Tay Rock versus who? Those are the five, man. The Fab Five. I stand on that. So, you know what I'm saying? Little think piece. Y'all tell me, am I right? Am I wrong? Is there somebody missing from that? Should I take somebody away from that five? The Fab Five to me look like the Fab Five to me. But, we're going to keep that moving, all right? Be careful when you guys make a list. Be careful when you make a list, man. People get upset. They get tight. So I made a list a couple of weeks back, and it was regarding leagues, right? It was something to the extent of top 20 leagues in battle rap. as far as active leagues, you know, there's some leagues that I used to fuck with that have pretty much discontinued and things like that. And so, you know, I put it out there. Now the list wasn't really comprised of any analytics, and it wasn't based on the most viewed, and it also wasn't like, I think people just like thought it was talking about historically and things like that. No, it was just leagues I was filling, and why I didn't have this long paragraph explaining my reasoning for the list, because I don't have to, right? And also because negativity is going to always win out. I could have had a thorough, you know what's funny? If I had it explained in detail, it would have got less traction because battle rap is just toxic like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I would have had this shit thoroughly like explain, oh, this isn't a list necessarily meaning the best or analytically based. This is just, if I had this long, shit would have got, but if I just put it out there, like niggas is fish, man. Niggas is fish. And also, you can't out elite me, man. Let me address this before I get into this other list I have, which is will be a lot less controversial. You can't out elitist me, man. Shout out to whoever that battle rapper was who said you don't know the culture, but then turned around and said, "Yo, I don't know any of these leagues. I don't know the culture, and you don't know some of these leagues." That's why I be telling y'all, don't preach this culture shit with me. You niggas think culture is in your borough, like the essence and all this bullshit. Like y'all niggas don't expand at all. Shout out to No Loose Chat who made the list in the UK. If y'all don't know about them, that's a you problem. That's not a my problem. I'm tuned in. That's the problem is I'm more tuned in than y'all. That's the problem. That's why battle rap is what it is. If everybody really like expand their horizon, expand their mind, and like y'all don't, I bet y'all niggas don't even know this battle rap in Egypt. You niggas, boy, you niggas are something different, boy. That interview will be coming soon with the owner. Battle rap in Egypt, battle rap in New Zealand, like y'all. But I'm, boy, niggas, man. But anyway, so sorry, just went up. I'm just thinking about the comments now because somebody was just showing me because I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, I don't get it. Like, how can I not know the culture? And I got leagues in here that you're gonna have to like go on your YouTube and like get familiar with. I'm familiar with them. But anyway, that list was basically leagues that I enjoy, the top 20 leagues that I enjoy, and not just from a talent pool from, you know, the top guys to, you know, the lower tier or the up and coming, but it was also just like the matchups, the matches I've seen that I don't care. It can have 20 views. If it was dope to me, I fuck with it. Also, you know, production, development of certain talents and things like that. Premier Battle League, like y'all don't even know it. Y'all don't shout out to Shoddy Harbor, man. They don't know about it. They'll know about it. But anyway, so I came up with another list that I actually made before that one. I just wanted to wait, and this was more of a personal joint, man. It's more about something that you care about. What are the battles you've watched the most? What are the battles you watch the most? Like, I think that's important. Replay value is big for me when talking about battle rap. And so I really said and thought about it. Like, I knew kind of offhand the top six for sure. Like, oh, I know for sure I watched this a hell of a lot. But comprising a list like that is just difficult. And if you guys know your list, just give me three. You gotta give me like what I did. I did 10. You can give me 3 or 5. Hell, just one. If you remember it. What is the battle you've watched the most? Here is my list, right? JC and Chilla, I've watched that the most, and it's not even close. Not even close. Now, granted, as you see, been watching battles since the late 90s. That's why I said y'all can't hit me. Y'all can't out elitist me, and nobody's excluded from that. League owners, battle rappers, like, I mean, like, you know how old I was? I was like a kid watching when you guys probably didn't even know battle rap was like a real thing. But anyway, so I was yeah, JC and Chilla, you talk about Black Star, you just talk about the people that were in that building that I seen when it was, well, you had Mickey, but you also had JR Ryder, Mook was there. Like, just I think it was like Queen of the Ring women were there. Like everybody came together for that, man. Everybody came together for that, and it was before the probably the most important Summer Madness ever, the day before. So it got this air to it, you know what I mean? It got this tag to it, but the battle 3 rounds, man, versus each other. All of their rounds were fire, and I don't know, I just kept watching that battle. When it first dropped, usually what happened, right, is you'll watch a battle and you'll talk about how fire it is, and then you'll get to it later. That's usually what would happen, right? Like, dog, that shit was blah 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 blah, right? And then you just get to it later. Man, this shit was so fire, it's crazy. Dog, soon as it went off and whatever happens, it goes off. I just hit replay. I just watched again, like immediately. Didn't even get up. You know, didn't comment nowhere. Didn't go on Facebook. I just hit play right back again. Like, nah, I know I ain't just see that. Like, cause you got to remember, this is kind of a little more speed to his punches, JC. A little more power. Wasn't as methodical. A little more entertaining as well. Like jokey, a bit. And that's kind of like the hallmark of the stars from Michigan back in the day, right? So you had that, and then Chilla, you know, for good or bad. I know some people hate the old Chilla when he was scheming literally like the whole round is just nothing but schemes. But it was that. But in this particular moment, he shot like 90% from the field, man. And I just remember, man, my favorite little sequence from him in that battle was like, you see this? It's the try me face. Get your life erased. Pencil style, how stencil, how your body trace. If I peep inside that Jeep you drive and I see papes, I'm gonna follow you with this chopper like a high speed chase. Oh my goodness, boy. That boy was talking different. That man was talking, bruh. That shit, yeah, man. It's my favorite battle to this date. The one I've watched the most. Second is actually more of a recent battle. You know what I'm saying? And that's Iron versus Rum. Finally hit a mill. That was like one of the things we all kind of rooted for together. Like getting that battle to a mill. Yo, I need a certificate because I don't think there's very few who probably watch that battle as much as I have, man. I love that battle so much. It was a part of the very first volume. And I think what made it, well, I can tell you what made it stand as a legendary battle because it was an instant classic. It wasn't like you know how everybody wants to be very patient, which you should normally, and be like, I gotta wait, I gotta let this live, I gotta sit with this before I just jump out and call it a class. I think everybody just, when it's really that good, you just know. You just know. When that battle was over, I wasn't thinking what's this battle of the night or things like that. I was already trying to place it in my all-time favorite. Like so you already know it's classic when you already got it trying to figure out where it was in your top 5 to 10. That's what Iron Rum did for me. I think Lux and Hollow goes without saying, right? I think that goes without saying. That's that's just one of the ones, man. It is absolutely one of the ones, man. So I I can't really say too much about it. I just watched it a lot. Rex and Ill, still my favorite one rounder to this day. Verb versus Hitman. That moment was so huge for the Midwest to have those two headline main event against each other and create that moment. Marvin Quest versus the Swords, and see, this is maybe more because of how long I was watching it. No, I just remember watching because 2-on-2s wasn't really a thing that I saw that often. I know it was a 2-on-2s was popping a lot back then. I just never caught them. But I actually caught a few of the WRC joints, the jump off channel or whatever. And actually, one of my first ones was like Lush One. Like I didn't, and I didn't even remember like Lush was in the 2-on-2s when I had to think about it, and I just thought about like, yeah, he was because I saw him. It was like Lush and someone versus I think Disaster was a Disaster. This anyway. My memory is getting fuzzy, but I definitely remember Lush, and that was my first one. Then the second one I came across was fucking Il Mac and Thesaurus versus Quest and Marv, and they're just how quick they are. Like you understand, they were like it was really they were really freeing to me. They were really just sitting there like trading, bruh. Like that shit was incredible. Like to be in sync like that, and to have a live crowd, and that's the thing back then too, because like it was live a crowd that I don't think came there with favorites in mind. It just like whoever wins, whoever's saying the dopest shit I'm reacting to. It's different now. People coming like, yo, I came all this way to see Tay Rock. Like people are going to the venue to cheer for someone specifically. I don't think it was. I think it was less of that back then. And yeah, man, they just captivated that crowd, bro. They just captivated that crowd. It was just insane. If I uh if I remember correctly, we're talking maybe way I'm talking I think that's way past 10 years ago. I'm think that might be 14 or 15 years ago. Arson conceded. You see Arson Khan on there. I used to watch that battle a lot. Probably it's definitely the most it's definitely the ground time battle I've watched the most. It's definitely that. Um Maybe hold on, yeah, that one. Shout out to Marvin Verb too, which you see in the honorable mentions list. But yeah, big time battle. Arson Khan went back in the day when people used to say if you had to introduce somebody to a battle, what would be your choice? Not necessarily your favorite battle, not necessarily the best battle. What battle would you introduce somebody to, like super new, especially if it was a woman? Like I had some girls back in the day who was trying to get into battle rap, like girls that were friends. Relax, not like I just had it. Like I see where relax, but I had some homegirls trying to get into it. I think those were the type of battles that you're like not super direct, personals and angles, jokes, punchlines here and there, things like that. It was a very well balanced battle, and you talked about two stars that went on to be superstars and legends of this game. Run versus Av brought the small room feel and presence back. I watched that battle so much. I stopped watching it as much as I thought I would though, because I felt like, and I ain't gonna say who, but like the more I watched it, the more I kind of felt like, okay, I know who kind of won this. And that's kind of also the curse of watching a battle too much, because you watch a battle too much, and in the honorable mention list there's one like that. Surfing Big T I watched a lot early, but then the more I watched it, the more I was clear on who won, so I stopped watching it. With JC and Chilla, Iron and Rum, those are up there not just for the quality, but because sometimes, even still to this day, I switch on who I think won the battle. That's incredible. Sirius and Jen, I just watched serially, pure, merely for me getting demolished, man. It was amazing to me because I thought Jen was unbeatable at that time. I definitely didn't think Sirius was the one that was gonna get it done. I don't know who I thought was gonna get it done. I didn't think Sirius Jones was gonna get it done, even though I should have put respect on what he was doing at that time. I just thought Jen couldn't be beat. And that sounds crazy now if you hear people say that, but if you was around then, you would know. I didn't think he could be beat. Lux and Miles rounds out to 10. I'm be that's Detroit though. We ain't doing that. Well, kind of, you know, Detroit and Jace. Right? But anyway, and then you got Mook versus Artie, the classic Artie start off the battle, man. Like I sometimes I just click on that just for his first round. Rocks and Clips Part 2. I think people don't realize how dope that battle is. Like I might watch that battle again on Caffeine at some point. Clean versus B Magic. So many moments in that one, like the meme, the clean meme came from that, and just I don't know. I miss that era of just dope ass PGs where um you just trusted the brand. You didn't now even if it's URL and they put some people that you never heard of, it's people complaining, man, where the surf battle at? Or they doing that lame shit where they be like, who is this? Like who? And saying like, oh, this is fake drugs versus fake. You know what I'm saying? Like they do all that. Back then, you just like, oh, URL got some new cats. Who's these? Let's check it out. And if they not good, then you just don't fuck with them. But back then, you just used to give the league benefit of the doubt and just enjoy the battles. So that's a nostalgic battle for me. I remember a time where whoever was dropping, you just clicked and watched, man. Those times are far between now. Again, Remy versus Luck, Lady Luck. Yeah, that had to be on here. I didn't know the women could get crazy like that until I started watching that battle. Surfing Big T, I mentioned. Marvin Verb, I mentioned. And a more recent one, I kind of talked about it earlier on why she's important. Vixen versus Flames, where I watched that battle more than y'all would think, man. That battle is so good. Then it just dropped on YouTube, too. I'm really about to watch that shit. That shit might crack the top 10. Because they was really trading, bro. It was really trading. I did not know they was going to be trading like that. Like, shit was crazy. So I fuck with that battle heavy. And yeah, man, that's my top 10 with a couple honorable mentions. Y'all let me know the battles y'all watch the most that y'all are sure about too. Don't be like I think I want, like, cause these are, I'm sure there's nothing in the realm of these battles that I've watched nearly as much as these. So yeah, that's it, man. We're gonna wrap things up with a battle to watch. Man, shout out to Chrome 23, man. Fendi versus Jada Ray dropped on Chrome 23's page. Shout out to Remy. You see Boss Chick Ray in the middle there and everybody else who works there. I watched this battle live on Caffeine, which is what I do pretty often. Watching battles with the supporters, and man, get them both more plates. That's really it. I don't want to get into this long dialogue about it. It was a 1 round battle and the setting changed. Obviously, they battled outside, and I kind of stopped the play. I hit pause on it, and I had to say this. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise when the venues change. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? Huh? Khan and Surf is a prime example. We don't know what that battle looks like at their original venue. Um, Surf and Big T. We don't know what that battle looks like in their original venue. Ill Will versus Calico. I think it was much better in that setting, man. And this battle, I wouldn't say it's in those classic lights, but same things apply, man. Like I really think that battle did great justice for being moved. It was just it was dope. It was dope. It was really dope. It was good to see Jada Ray back, and she was barring. I always say I love her delivery. It's like it's so East Coast, but it's so strong. There's clarity to it, and it's just really a joy to hear her. It's like it's just people who just got really good rapping voices. Like you just want to hear them rap, and Jada Ray got one of those. And her pacing is always damn near perfect. Like it's not like she's not going overkill, but she's not too slow and deliberate to where you get bored. It's just dope. And as for Fendi, her pen was really elite. Like it's some elite shit in there. I don't know if she's mastered it yet, but that's the scary part because I don't think she has. I don't think she'll tell you she has. She's probably just figuring some shit out. When she figures it out, a lot of you ladies are done. Like, done. Like, out of here. The women that y'all think are really dope, they ain't Fendi, bro. So shout out to them, one rounder. Yeah, Chrome 23, man. They got some good shit going, man. That was a good one. That was one of the ones for sure. Just wrap things up there, man. I want to say thank y'all for tuning in to some think piece shit. No predictions, no recaps. It's my thoughts on a few things, sharing my top tens that I watched the most, hitting y'all with a battle that y'all should check out if y'all haven't already. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, man. Bar Wars is coming up with some tryouts. I want y'all to know about too. Let me find that. Let me find that. We got Bar Wars on deck. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Bar Wars. We got tryouts going down September 10th, hosted by Mac Myron and Shotty P here in the great state of Michigan. Man, pull up with 1 round, 3 minutes. So your best shit, man. Best shit. You can be a part of a roster that has, helped homegrown talent such as Shotty P, Mac Myron. We done had JC come through here. We just had A Ward out here again because he fucks with the league heavy, man. Big support from like the who's who of battle rap fucks with this league, man. Very tradition rich league. You can be a part of this again. $10 admission, 6 p.m. September 10th. You'll get evaluated by some of the game's best. And yeah, man, have fun. There go the emails. Myself, my guy Maddie. And that's it, man. We appreciate y'all. And I appreciate y'all. Keep it battle rap. Peace and love. We out.